Ready, hot!
Welcome to Florida, which hasn't been so kind to the Sooners in recent years. I'm Barry Tramel, along with Mike Baldwin. We're in Clearwater Beach, not Tallahassee. Hard to fly into Tallahassee, hard to find a place to stay, so we're down the coast. But on Saturday, we'll be at Doak Campbell Stadium. Florida State hosts top-ranked Oklahoma in one of the early season shootouts in college football. And Mike, big game for the Sooners.
Yeah, and it's a big game for Stoops. They haven't had a big road win in a while. The program hadn't had one since Louis Von Chaman against a non-conference team this high, and then Landry Jones, of course, who you're writing about in the Saturday paper. It's a huge game for him and his legacy there because he's about ready to be the all-time leading passer, but he's 4-5 on the road. So a lot of things at stake. Number one, of course, is stay number one and try to win a national title.
Sooners routed Florida State 47-17 last year. Mark Stoops, brother of Bob, defensive coordinator for the Seminoles. His defense could not stop the Oklahoma offense at all. Will Saturday night be different?
Well, I'm interested to see how they play. They say the coverage is still a little loose, but they cover a little quicker and close a little quicker when they really came on the second half of the season last year. So I think that's really part of what they're doing is we're going to see how much quicker they close up on the receivers like Ryan Broyles, or does he just pitch and catch with Landry all night long?
Big game for the Sooners, but a big game for Florida State, too. Seminoles, 1987 through 2000, finished in the top four, 14 straight years. Fantastic, fantastic dynasty by Bobby Bowden, but the Seminoles have fallen on harder times since then. This is their chance to get back into the national spotlight.
And I think they got a chance. Everybody remembers Stoops year two. They're not going to go anywhere. The program's getting better. Guess what? They won a national title. I'm not saying Florida State will win a national title, but they do have a chance to make giant inroads this season, and this game will have a big impact on how good year two is under Jimbo Fisher.
Biggest game at Tallahassee in years and years and years. Oklahoma defense played very well against Tulsa. Offense was in mid-season form. I was actually prepared to pick Florida State in this game until I saw the Sooners play. I found it very difficult to pick against OU after watching that season opener.
Well, I think the key, Barry, is the offensive line versus Florida State's front seven. They had 48 sacks last year, but only one against Oklahoma. As we've seen with Landry, you get a little pressure on him. Sometimes he gets a little happy feet. He throws the ball in the stands, tries to avoid interceptions. I think that's the big key to this game is how well do they pressure Landry Jones.
Well, there's definitely pressure, I think, everywhere you go. It's going to be a bunch of hype. But, our coaches, they emphasize just staying focused on the process. You got to take it day by day. Rep by rep, play by play, and not worry about, all the stuff that you can't control. And that's our mindset.
I think it's always just a football game. So, the hype, they're a great team. You get excited for it, but I think that at the same time, you just got to focus and know that it's still just a game.
Big key is preparation and being humble, and I feel like me as being an older guy, I had to step up and, help out the younger guys in different ways, like helping them, telling them don't ride the waves. It's gonna be some ups and downs in the game, but it's all about your drive and your drive to be good and and be great. And like when you put all that together, the outcome might be well.
Honestly, I believe that since we're more close, we're more of a family unit, that guys are going to pick up each other. Last year, there were some times when I felt as our team got a little down and we got a little unconfident with ourselves, but I feel like our team is really going to push ourselves to play the best every play.
Sooners have not played well in Florida in recent years. Lost the 2004 Orange Bowl to Southern Cal down in Miami. Lost the national title game to Florida in 08. Lost regular season at Miami in 09. This is their first trip to Tallahassee ever. Sooners have not played at Doak Campbell Stadium. They'll play there Saturday night with a chance to solidify that #1 ranking. Stay tuned for further OU Florida State coverage in the Oklahoman and here on News OK.